Welcome to Dinosaurs Evolved. Um, Today I am going to show you some of the ultimate predator weapons of all time. Let's start with the first giant predator. This is the hand claw of an Allosaurus. I recovered it on a recent expedition. I've yet to remove the keratin from it and get to the actual claw, but as you can see, it's really big. Looks like an eagle talon, doesn't it? Anyway, well, as you can see, it's not really a knife-like weapon. Nothing like a blade. It's more like a hook-shaped spear, or hook-shaped dagger, something like that. Maybe a hook-shaped spike, or yeah. Anyway, back to the point. It's made to hold prey, not to slash at and kill prey. What it would do is it would charge at you with its teeth bared and its claws held out in front of it. Trust me, I've been chased by one. Not fun, actually. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, fortunately, I wasn't the one who got the claw dug into myself. It was a Stegosaurus. Juvenile. Anyway, what it did was, as soon as it got close enough, it would reach out with its huge arms and dig these claws into you. And then it would pull you towards it, stomp on you with its foot, hold you in place, then bite you. It would push you away with its hind foot and rip a huge chunk of flesh out of you. Then it would use its arms to pull you back in and repeat that very same action. Now, after that very gory incident, I managed to get one of its shed teeth. Then take a lot of trips to the dentist. As you can clearly see, there's some hardened plaque buildup there. This Allosaur, in particular, probably weighed about 4 or 5 tons, and its tooth is probably like 2, maybe 2.5 inches long. But based on this, you can clearly tell it wasn't its main weapon. And judging by the thickness, it was made for slicing into meat, much like a scalpel or knife. And these serrations helped in feeding. Now, a step up in predatory weaponry would be a carnivore of close to the same size, just a little bit larger. Not by much, maybe a ton. I have here the tooth of a Tyrannosaur of comparable size. Very big, isn't it? It's about a foot long. Almost half of the tooth's entire length is root. This suggests a really powerful bite. And as you can see, unlike the Allosaurus tooth, which is thin, blade-like, this is thick, more like a nail or a railroad spike, for plunging straight through bone, not slicing flesh. And another thing, the Allosaurus tooth is extremely sharp, whereas the Tyrannosaur tooth has very little serrations and is actually blunt at the end. This might confuse some of you, because Tyrannosaurus is supposed to be this huge flesh-eating carnivore. Um, but its teeth are blunt, which might lead some people to think that it wasn't much of a predator. But T-Rex, pound for pound, had the most powerful bite of any giant predatory dinosaur, which means that it didn't need sharp teeth. Its bite was so strong, it could just... Yeah, I think you get the picture. But another predator, which was just as deadly as Tyrannosaurus, and just as intelligent, was the little-known Utah raptor. Utah raptor was the largest dromaeosaur that ever lived. Now, to give you a really good idea of its size, I have here the killing claw from its foot. Yeah, it's pretty big, right? I've seen this in action. Really nasty stuff. What it did, it hunted in packs, obviously. Family groups. I've seen one. It charged out in front of an iguanodon. For those of you that don't know, it's a elephant-sized herbivore related to the duck-billed dinosaurs, with a huge thumb spike for defense. And the Utah raptor leapt out in front of it, and the iguanodon bellowed in retaliation. He didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. Anyway, apparently that one was keeping its attention, while another one came up charging in from the side. Now, once it was 30 feet, maybe 20 feet away from the iguanodon, it leapt into the air and stuck its legs straight out and bared its front limbs like this. And it landed directly on the back of the iguanodon. Its claws were held out like this when it leapt up, and when it landed right into the prey animal. It held on to the iguanodon with its front limbs while it kicked out with its hind limbs. The ultimate predator weapons I've collected throughout my expeditions through time. So, I'll see you next time, and stay tuned for the upcoming series, Dinosaurs Evolved.